And welcome to the 14th episode of the Behind the Fleet podcast with your host, It's Just Miss Wells. You all know you can follow me on Instagram at It's Just Miss Wells. And if you are still a Facebook person, follow me on Facebook at Latoya Wells as well. Tonight I have a very special guest by the name of DJ Drew. Go ahead and introduce yourself to these folks and tell them how they can follow you on social media.
Hey, what's up, Miss Wells? It's your boy DJ Drew. I thought you knew. Coming out of Boston, Mass. You can find me on Instagram at DJ Drew 413, pretty much across the board on Facebook, DJ Drew 413, Twitter, and also TikTok, same thing. And I'm out of Boston, Massachusetts in general, New England. Just trying to rep Go Celtics. And I'm glad you could have me, Miss Wells.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you can be here. I've been all over the world with the Fleet DJs, exposing people to the different talent that is really keeping this engine and this organization moving. DJ Drew, as I told you before, I like to tell the story. So I want to start, like, when did you become interested in music? Like, what led you to that path?
Hmm. Well, a lot of people say, they come from musical families. My mother was a poet. My aunt was a poet. My other aunt, she was a pastor in the church choir and so forth. So I had a lot of musical influence from them. And I'll never forget, I'm dating my age, but I'll never forget my mother. I think it was like 11 or 12 years old. She gave me her old record player because she brought a new one.
Okay.
So instead of playing with the toys, I would just be sitting there playing music, putting the records on, not even scratching them, breaking the record player. And it was just, I don't know, the music just kept to me. Then I went to a live concert with DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Ooh.
Yes, I seen him live, and it was like, I'm the type, I want the spotlight, but then I don't want the spotlight.
Okay.
So the DJ, he's in the spotlight, but he's still behind the scenes making everything go. And I was just amazed at what he was doing and how he just moved that crowd. He had him in the palm of his hands. And I was like, that's what I want to do. And
Ooh.
that's what got me inspired to start DJing.
You know, I'm gonna date myself just a little bit in this conversation too, but "Summertime" by DJ Jazzy Jeff and
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince, like, I grew up with that song. Like, that was what my dad listened to. I can remember every summer if when he came, that was like my favorite. But that reminds me of my dad. Like,
That was the jam.
hands down.
And I remember as a little kid and my aunts and uncles, they throw those parties and they had the grown up room and then they had the little kid room and then they party, listen to James Brown and we trying to sneak in there and they're like, get out of here, go back in the kids' room. So
Man, that was when music was authentic and it really made you feel something versus it being a beat or just kind of like mumble rap is what I attribute it to. It really doesn't give you that feeling like it used to when it was the DJ Jazzy Jeffs and Luther Vandross and, like you said, James Brown, Otis Redding, the old schools. That music would make you sit outside and cry, or you would get up.
timeless. This timeless music is just never gonna get old.
Exactly. Okay, so let's move a little bit forward, like to when you decided to become a DJ. How did that transpire for you?
Um well, I had gotten some trouble with the law
Okay.
and I became on probation. So they were like, you need to get you a job, you need to sit still for a while. So I remember I was DJing, but then I started messing around with the streets. So I was like, well, let me go back to this DJing thing so I don't have to go outside. So it became like my hobby. I was kind of like a little bedroom DJ. And then one night I went to a club and my friend was behind the booth. So I just went up there, said what's up to him. And then I was just playing around. He was like, I'm about to go to the bathroom. I was like, let me DJ. He's like, you can DJ? I'm like, yeah. So I jumped on and did my little thing. And he came back. He's like, you want to come back here next Friday? I'm like, yeah, you going to pay me? He's like, yeah. And then that was it. From there, I started taking it more seriously, and then
Yes.
I was doing the career thing, but I was like, I want to make this just a hobby, and I just started getting more and more. And actually, was drawing me into more. The more I tried to get away from it and get into a career, it kept pulling me back.
Mm. Okay, so it's almost like that was destined to cross your path and
It
you
feels like it.
place. What did it feel like that first time where it was you behind the booth and you're watching the crowd just like go crazy from a set that you put together?
Well, in the beginning, I was very nervous, and my armpits was wet. But once and I never sweat on my armpits. But once I seen the crowd respond, it was like a rush.
Mm,
It was just a complete rush. Like I was like, wow, I'm really making this happen. These people are loving what I'm playing. So it was like one of the best feelings.
awesome. So, what kind of doors has DJing opened up for you? Like, what type of opportunities have you been able to pursue since becoming a DJ?
A couple of times I had my own radio station.
Okay.
I had one called Champion Radio out here in Brockton, Mass, which is near Boston, Mass. We call it Champion Radio because of Brockton. It's nicknamed the City of Champions. They won a lot of championships in the city in high school, Division 1 football, and everything. So I did that. I've DJed a couple of big shows with T Rel and Jack Hughes, the R&B singer Jack Hughes and T Rel and them when they came to Boston to the House of Blues. I
Okay.
DJed T Rel set. That was like my largest crowd. It was like I don't know, thousands of females screaming for them. I was backstage with them, and Young DC was backstage with us and everything. There was all the little celebrities, so I was like, wow, this is crazy. So,
Man.
um, and did a lot of other different things. I've could put out a couple of EPs myself, released them on Spotify, Apple, and
Okay.
it's opened a lot of doors.
So talk about the moments where it's been low as a DJ. Like, what are some of the things that you've had to overcome to keep yourself relevant in this industry as it changes from a digital space, well, from a vinyl space to a CD space to now a digital space? Like, how have you been able to maneuver those changes and lows throughout the industry?
That's a great question because when the death of the record stores and the vinyl, and I was one of those mainstays. I started off on turntables,
Mm,
records and so forth. So I was one of those last stickers, like, nah, I'm not doing those controllers and so forth. I was very biased towards it, and it took me a minute to cross over and to adjust because I can no longer get vinyl, so I had no choice but to cross over. And
okay.
it was much easier because I don't have to carry crates of records and each turntable, and it's like it's all in one unit. So it worked out good for me, but it was rough converting over to that.
Okay. Do you feel like you still have access to a lot of the material that you could get on vinyl from a digital space, or do you feel like the sound of it is different when you're playing digital versus vinyl?
Well, you could definitely get access to a lot more music,
Okay.
whether it's old or new, but there is a difference between the vinyl, the analog sound
Okay.
versus the digital sound. The analog sound sounds a little bit more natural and better, but you adjust to the digital sound and you just try to tweak it out. But you could definitely, I got over 5,000 songs on my laptop.
Ooh, okay. So anything I could think of, I probably could call
Yes,
through and say, I'm in the mood for, and you're that person that's like, I got something
because
for
you always got that one person that tries to come with you that rare song. Like, you got this? I'm like, okay, let me do it. So, yeah, I got that.
you.
So it works out that way. So,
Yeah. Um, so then where does Fleet come in this journey? Like who introduced you to the Fleet organization? I always like to find that out.
okay, first, I initially got introduced to Fleet by Skinny.
Okay.
I was in Queens at a hip hop party, album release party for Kaya Baby, and they were there. Skinny was there and they had the Fleet shirts on. I talked to them, and I was thinking about joining, but I was still on the fence. I didn't know too much, so then it was Sal Bacino out of Connecticut.
Ah, Sal.
Yes, Sal, my dude Sal. So he's the one that finally put the nail in the coffin. Said, "Look, man, you know you DJing, so you use that network and all these different DJs from other cities and states and so forth. It'll be good for what you're trying to do." I was like, you know what, that makes sense. Let me join.
So I've had the opportunity to, I have not worked with Sal directly, but I have had the chance to interview one of his artists, Great God. And through that connection, I just realized how powerful Sal is in this industry and the things that he's doing. Although he is not one of those people that is in the forefront or the face of things, Sal's name comes up over and over and over again about how he connects dots. So shout out
Sal,
to Great God and shout out to Sal.
Sal's definitely my guy. I was just on the phone with him earlier too.
Well,
But we
see,
always
I
talk.
love
That's my guy.
to speak.
I love that dude. He's a good dude.
So, how has your journey? How has it been since you've been a part of the Fleet organization?
It's been good. It's been a good experience. Fleet has a lot of different resources,
Yeah.
and once you start to learn how to navigate your way through, it becomes a lot easier and it opens a lot of other doors. You're like, oh, I didn't know this. This door over here, and this door over here. I met Swag 100. Went out to Philly last summer, and we did a show out there. That was good. I met DJ No Frills, a lot of different DJs from other states that I probably would never met if I didn't join Fleet. And I missed the conference last year because I had started the new job and I was trained. I was so mad I wanted to go, but plan on coming this year out there, Orlando. So, but it's just been a good experience. There's a lot of resources, a lot of different ways you can go. If you want it, you can get it. Fleet has it.
How long have you been in the organization?
This is my second year now.
Oh, DJ Drew, you are a newbie. How sweet is that? Okay. So you're just now getting off the porch and getting your feet wet, but you get the concept, and I love that because a lot of people come in and they think that it's already made, laid out, and everything is like just I'm gonna get all these opportunities when I first come in, and they don't realize it's like a puzzle where I gotta go over here and get this piece and then bring it back. And then once I get that piece situated, I gotta go find another piece. It's so many layers and different things that this organization offers that can take your business and your brand in a different direction. So talk just a little bit about what this organization has done for you professionally also.
Well, one of the few things it does for me, or the many things it's done for me professionally, is like I started my marketing and promotional program.
Love it. Love it.
So I have the different packages. It's like, well, what can you do? I'm like, well, we can go on the Fleet national calls or the state calls. I can get you on that. We can get you on the music conference. We'll invite you to the music conference. They're like, oh, for real? We can do that. So it's a good resource that helped out my business. So I sign up a lot of people. I do a lot of calls. Um, Connecting with all the different DJs from other states, like connected with a lot of DJs out in New York, New Jersey, Virginia, like Pink Diamond and so forth.
And shout out Pink Diamond.
Yeah, shout out to Pink Diamond. There's so many different, you know, DJs from other states that I met that I probably would have never met if I didn't join Fleet. And it's just a good resource. And it actually feels sometimes like a real family of DJs.
I would have to agree. I came into the Fleet organization. Ooh, I don't even remember. It's been so long. But Isha from Bill, Kentucky is the one that brought me in. This when Kentucky and Tennessee used to be a group together. And from then, I've seen Fleet just go on this amazing journey of where there was gaming, there was artists, there's always been producers, there's DJs, you've got moderators. Like it is truly a organization filled with creatives and talents that just come together in the most natural way to create a lot of these unique situations that you can't find anywhere. I think you mentioned it best about how it's been able to build a network for you and how you can stretch further and be able to connect with people outside of Boston to expand your territory and your reach. Um, Talk about one of the best collaborations that you've had so far being a part of this organization. Like, can you remember at least one thing that you've been able to do where you were like, this is dope? I'm so glad I've been able to pull this off.
The collaboration I did with Swag 100 out in Philadelphia. Yeah, he said, "Oh, come out here. We're doing a showcase." And so I gathered up two artists, one female, one male that was from Boston.
Okay.
And we traveled for like 4 or 5 other people. And we got there. Swag rolled out the red carpet for us. He actually treats like we're celebrities. Like, okay, you guys, I got my guy. The security's coming out back. He's gonna take you through the back and around the back. So like, I feel like I'm a little mini celebrity. And it was just like we got in there. The crowd just received us well. They showed us a lot of love. They loved the performances. I DJ'd the sets, and I was happy we pulled that off and made it successful.
I love it. So, what are you doing in the Boston division right now? Like, are you leading in any way? Are you just an active member? Like, talk a little bit about what you all have going on.
Okay, well, they have just made me about a few months ago the promoter and marketer for the Massachusetts division. So anytime we're doing events and so forth, we just we did a meet and greet and a few months ago. We had all the other DJs from Massachusetts meet together in one place, and we did that. We had a little showcase. The artists came and performed, so it went pretty well. I got the venue together and so on and so forth, and we raised a little bit of money to put in the Massachusetts Fleet Kitty. So we want to do bigger events, like we want to do a Fleet Sound Stage where we invite other states to come down. And we
Okay,
just do those type of things. So that's the things we're working on right now.
gotcha. Are you looking to collaborate with any type of artist or with your marketing business? Is there a certain target market that you're wanting to reach?
I'm pretty flexible on the market. Whether like you said, like trap, boom bap, you know what I mean? All the, any R&B. If you do music, as long as it's not country music, which I can't stand, but
Oh, DJ Joe, you gotta
I'm sorry,
unpack that for me. Why
I
don't
can't even go Beyonce's new song. I'm like, I can't do it.
I might get canceled for this one, but I
Mm, But
understand.
I love Beyonce though. But all genres of music, I tap in with them. I've been actually trying to do a collaboration with King Prime out of Virginia.
Yes, I know King Prime. He actually done the intro song for this podcast. So
Yes,
yes, I've had the chance to collaborate with him.
got that song "We Fleet" and so forth. So I've been trying to collaborate him with the Boston artist. He sent me the track with the open verse. So I'm just waiting for the other artists from out here to finish that verse, and then we
Okay.
send it back to him and he mix it down, and then we go from there.
Man, that's awesome. So what do you have coming up in the future? Like what's on the books for you that people can stay tuned for and get involved with?
Um, got a few projects. Got an EP coming out.
Okay.
It's called "Cruel Summer." I
Ooh.
used to do this series like in the summertime because everybody knows, when it gets hot out, folks start acting up. If you're in the hood, folks act up. That heat does something to people, and we just want to paint that picture, but we're not glorifying it. But it can get crazy sometimes in the summertime, and it's my way of being my DJ Khaled, where I get a bunch of different artists and I get them on tracks together, so they're not out in the streets doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. And that's what I like to do. So this is be Cruel Summer 3 coming up.
Ooh, so
Or third of summer.
you record, put it all together, and okay, DJ Drew. So there's some hidden talents in there that we got to finish uncovering in this conversation. Do you rap too, or
No, 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 no,
no?
no.
Okay,
I
okay.
ain't I don't try to before, it just doesn't work for me. I stay in my lane here.
Okay, so you're the liaison. You bring it all together and you put people where they need to be at to create these projects.
Yes.
And you said Cruel Summer 3. All right, y'all. Y'all heard it here. He's in the lab. He's working on it. It's getting hot outside, so we can expect some goodness from DJ Drew. Um,
Yes.
again, I built this platform to just give the DJs of the Fleet organization a place to come where people can find out more about them, understand what they're doing in this organization and how their presence is really making a difference, and just talk. Like, it's our opportunity to get to learn more about one another and build those bonds from Nashville, Tennessee to Boston, Massachusetts.
Right.
So I like to end my podcast always leaving nuggets of advice for someone that may tune into this. So if you ran across an artist, another DJ, producer, host, like just anyone in general that's in the music and entertainment industry, what's one piece of advice that you would give them on their journey as they're working on blowing up?
Do not treat this as a hobby. Treat this as a full time job because it is a job. Because if you're doing a hobby, the next person, next artist, promoter, whatever, is out hustling you and going harder than you.
Yeah,
So you have to be just as diligent in your work, in your music as they are in order to make it. And if you do that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to make it.
there you go. DJ Drew has dropped the gym on you all. He's there to help you with your marketing services. He's up in the Boston, Massachusetts area making a lot of noise. So if you don't have an audience in that area or you're looking to expand, this is the individual that you need to tap in with so that way he can get you connected with all the Fleet DJs up in that area and see how you all can work together. Um,
Yes, let's work.
there you go. Now you guys know that it's just Miss Wells. You can follow me on Instagram at it's just Miss Wells, or you can tune in on Facebook at Latoya Wells. And DJ Drew, before you go, I want to make sure that you tell these people just one more time where they can follow you on Instagram or follow you on social media, as well as how they can keep up with the Massachusetts Fleet DJ division as well.
Okay. All platforms Instagram, Facebook, TikTok is DJ Drew 413. Um, we said the Massachusetts Fleet DJs. You can always catch us on Instagram. It's Massachusetts Fleet DJs. It should be. I don't run that page. I know Bird runs it, but I know we're on there. You can go check us out. We're
Okay.
trying to do a lot of events and so forth. So I just want y'all to rock with us, and we rock with you.
There it is. Well, you all have tuned in to the 14th episode of Behind the Fleet podcast. Until next time, we are out of here, folks.
Peace.